Shelf number 3. Just as I start to record, neighbors' goats are coming up in here. I probably need to shoo them away. Hey! Yeah, you, I'm watching. Look at goats. Believe that? Well, they're coming up here to eat our bird seeds, what they're doing. Hey! Yeah, I'm talking to you. Hey! Get away from that bird seed. Well, I'm going to have to shoo them away from that bird seed, I think. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, all is well in the world now. The goats are moved on. The chickens. So, all right, shelf number 3. Let's get back to order here. Got a little color assortment of old fire grenades. These first 2 here, they're called Hayward's Hand Fire Grenade, and they got like the patent date on them, and these all still have they're sealed with the stuff still in them. And it's interesting, on the top of them it's got a picture of a hand holding a grenade in one of the bottles, and they were instructed to throw them into the fire, and they were supposed to break open like a grenade and release this chemical, and it would create like a cloud and supposed to help put the fire out. So whether it actually worked or not, I really don't know, but collectors call them fire grenades, and they come in some great colors. This is a real pretty, like a citron, like a yellow green. That's an amber, and a green one. And this is a different type. It's from the same company, Hayward, only these are called pleated, where they have like the pleated pointed panels here, ribbed. And they're embossed Hayward's Hand Grenade Fire Extinguisher around the shoulder there. And these also are sealed with the contents. And this is a different one yet. It's another Hayward's Hand Fire Grenade. It says on it, but it's just a different style. It's patented 1871, as you can see there. Real pretty bottles, and they're quite collectible. There's a couple more down here. Here was another Hayward's. This is just a clear one, and this is a cobalt. This was probably the the most common fire grenade. If you see one, it's Hardin's Hand Grenade Fire Extinguisher. That one's got embossed, and it's patented, and can't read it, 1883 I think. But it's neat that it's got the label on it, and I'm gonna have to get my glasses over here. Apologize, I can't read that anymore without my glasses. But it says how to use. Break the grenade in such manner that the contents will be liberated over the flames. And it's manufactured at 205 Wabash Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. And it's got the little feet on the bottom. Hardin's also has several different designs of their bottles. This one actually has been opened up. The cork and everything's gone out of there, but neat old bottle. I kind of like them. All right, then also on the shelf there was one here that was dug here in Illinois, and I don't know anything about the bottle. It just says GW Compound Company. It's an applied lip 1870s bottle. In fact, it's got L&W on the bottom. Lorenz and Whiteman Glass Company out of Pittsburgh. And that mark was used to about 1871. You can see it's got the old circle hinge mold, so it's probably 1860s actually. GW Compound Company. If anybody knows what that is, if you've got one with a label, that's all that it says on this bottle, so I'd love to know if it's a regional bottle, St. Louis or Illinois. Just a real pretty cathedral pepper sauce bottle. We call them cathedral. They got the arched sunken windows there. Nice little amethyst one. And this is a Udolpho Wolf's. Just got a nice pretty color, kind of a puce color with apricot. Udolpho Wolf's Aromatic Schnapps, one of the many that we've dug in New Orleans over the years. It's an 1870s bottle. They come in some great colors. You'll see more of them other places in the house, I'm sure. Somewhere I had a little color run of them, 15 or 20 of them. This is a nice bottle. It's a St. Louis Panel Medicine, McLean's Strengthening Cordial, And it doesn't have the C. You notice it just got M and then apostrophe, Mullanes. And it's a real nice red iron Pownal, one of the older ones. And this one comes from the Greer collection. This one I didn't dig, obviously. This was in the Greer collection. Got it in a trade. It's got a nice green streak in it, as you can see, kind of a unique characteristic to that bottle, a little swirled green streak coming right down the front, curving there. So that's 1850s. This bottle too has a lot of meaning to me. It's a real early colored puff, got a flared lip, open Pownal, and my friends and I dug this bottle in Cincinnati, Ohio, from a 25-foot deep rockline privy, and it was 1820s, 1830s. A lot of dark blue pearlware in there, real early flasks. We got a lot of neat bottles, but anyway, a good friend of mine, Bob Perkins, who's gone now, he got that one in the pick, and I always wanted it. It was still sealed and had the contents in it, but he drained it out of there because, you know, cause froze broke or something. But anyway, before Bob died, he gave me that bottle, and it just means a lot to me because we dug it together there. And Chris Perkins, my good friend, we dig together and stuff. That was his dad. And a Green Mountain cider bitters. It's Henry's Green Mountain cider bitters, and it was from Burlington, Vermont. Nothing particularly special about it. It just had it in there, kind of a unique, tall, slender shaped bottle from 1870s. This bottle, nice cobalt iron Pownal soda, A.P. Smith from Charleston, South Carolina, and that's the first Pownal soda bottle I ever dug in Charleston. And my family and I were on a vacation to Edisto Island one time, quite a few years ago, and anyway, I drove into Charleston, had my probe and stuff and shovel, and thought, I probably won't find nothing to dig. It's been heavily dug. So I was just driving around and kind of in an area where I didn't think would be heavily hit, and talked to a guy that was there working in his yard, and he gave me permission to dig, and probed out 3 privies there. And anyway, the first one there, I was sitting there digging, and my butt started burning real bad in my legs, and I thought, man, I got into something. And I'd never encountered fire ants before, but I sat down right in a bunch of fire ants, and man, they put the hurts to me. But I wasn't going to be denied, so I got down in that hole, and this was one of the first bottles I pulled out of there. I couldn't believe my eyes. I didn't think it would be that old, but it was a real nice Pownal hole. I got some other nice Pownal Charleston sodas and some real nice medicines out of there, and just a great hole. A couple flasks. So a lot of good memories, but that's one I just hung on to. This is another nice bottle, a London Jockey Clubhouse Gin. It's got the horse riding on that one. But those are real nice bottles from the late 1850s, early 60s. Kind of nice olive amber color. This one was an ink bottle, an umbrella ink, and it's this black glass. You can't even see through it. Nice open Pownal. I really like that one. Can't even hardly tell what color it is. But anyway, this is a Zanesville, little Zanesville chestnut. Just a cute little bottle. It's got a nice Pownal scar on the bottom of that. If you can see it very well, but it's got the ribs. I can't remember how many ribs on it. I counted them one time, now I don't remember, but it's an 1840s bottle. A couple more. Oh, you already seen them fire grenades. I showed them. Here was a pot lid. Now it's a pot in the base. T. Metcalf Company Agnine Cream, Boston, USA. And that's the only one of them I ever found. It's an unusual pot. And we'll see more of them later on. Got quite a few of them we've dug over the years. This is another one of my favorite bottles. It's a Brophy's Bitters from Nokomis, Illinois. And that's a little town. It's just 3,000 or 4,000 people. It's just a few miles from here where we're at right now, here in Hillsboro. But this Dennis Brophy, who put this out in the 1870s, he was a postmaster of Nokomis. And the old 1874 Montgomery County Atlas, it shows a lithograph of that. It shows him out in front there with his wagon, and had loading up with Brophy's bitters. And he bottled it there above the post office. So that was pretty interesting. Brophy's Bitters has a crescent moon and star symbol. And that's an 1870s bottle from a little small town here in Illinois. And this is just a pretty common bottle. Home Bitters, James Jackson Company proprietor, St. Louis. Got a big collection of St. Louis bottles, so that's just one of them. Just happened to be in that cabinet. But anyway, that's it for that shelf. I'll go ahead and get these packed up and we'll move on to the next shelf. And shelf number 4. Yeah, as I get started on this, you see the little squirrels out there playing now. We had goats and chickens, and now we got little squirrels out there. You see them? Anyway, we feed them little stuff and they just love it. So he's just sitting there waiting for his lunch. Alright, so on this shelf, got 3 little Ponald Coniques. These are all J.J. Butlers. They're all Ponald. This one's unusual in that it says J.J. Butler Sin in horizontal. You can see it's open Ponald on the bottom. So that was kind of cool. That's one of the only ones of them I think I ever remember digging. These, I've found several of these, a J.J. Butler with C-I-N-C-T, Ohio. And that's vertically embossed. That's open Ponald. And that one's aqua. This same thing, only it's green. That one's a lot harder to find. Got a little chip on the top there, but I'll save it anyway. But I have to get all the J.J. Butler inks together sometime. Boy, he has some nice looking ink bottles. So anyway, we find a lot of them here in the Midwest, obviously. This is a real pretty bottle. We dug this one in New Orleans, and it's a, well, you can't hardly see the color, but it's kind of a reddish puce color, real pretty. And it is Ponald, nice old Ponald plied handle whiskey. It says R.B. Cutter's Pure Bourbon on the front of that. And that's amazing that that bottle was in such good shape. You know, we dug that one. It's got a little haze on it, but no chips or cracks or anything. Nice rough Ponald on that one, but good color. And this is a Baltimore, did not dig this one. Nice old Baltimore Sunburst from like 1820s. It's a group, forget what it is now, group 824, I believe it is on that one, McKieran's. Nice old flask. The Ponald sodas we dug in St. Louis, we've got a lot of Ponald sodas we've gotten over the years. G. McLean, St. Louis. It is an iron Ponald from 1850s. They come in some great colors. But anyway, that was a nice old one. We'll show more of them later. I don't know how that one's in there. These bottles are just scattered, not no particular order, just whatever went in the case there when I was putting some bottles in there. This is a real pretty New England chestnut, like a little free-blown globular. It's got kind of a open Ponald on that one. Crude applied ring lip. Just nice pretty color. I'll be blowing at one of the New England glass houses there, 1820s or so. And these are 3 also from 1820s. The Pitkin inks are keen. These you normally see. This is open Ponald. Got a little disc top. That was kind of a pretty, like a olive amber color. And a real hard one to find is a clear one. It's one of the only clear ones I've ever seen. It's Ponald. Same time period, 1820s, right around there. But excuse me. Yeah, it's a little common cobalt conique. Just like the color on it. There's one that I think Paul pulled this one out back years ago. Dr. Guysott's Yellow Dock and Sarsaparilla, John D. Park, Cincinnati. We dug that one in St. Louis. Big old iron Ponald. That sunken bottom. That was a nice one. It's got a little inside haze, but nothing wrong with it, so glad we got that one. Always like to dig them big medicines. These we did not dig either. These are case gin bottles, Cosmopolitan from J.J. Melcher's. Got the Dutch man on there holding up a bottle from Schiedam, Holland. Those are Dutch. Got that nice applied lip on that. That one's a smaller size, which is harder to find. This is a normal one you see. Big tall one, Cosmopolitan, J.J. Melcher's. A lot of these come from over in Africa. Different places, the Canal Zone, Panama Canal Zone. Here's a real scarce medicine bottle from Illinois, A. Stewart's horse ointment. You can get up there where you can see it. Albion. It's not Pownell, but it's real close to it. It's definitely 1860s. But that's the only one of them I've ever seen. A. Stewart's horse ointment, Albion, Illinois. To do some more research on that guy. And nice St. Louis bitters, embossed Nibol kidney liver bitters. And it has actually it's never been opened, it's still sealed. Nibol tonic laxative from Nibol Manufacturing Company in St. Louis. Got a pretty scene on there, probably early 1900s, maybe late 1890s. The best tonic laxative and blood purifier. It has a nice label on the other side too, instructions, all that it's good for. So a nice old bottle there. Nibol King Liver Bitters. And some pots, pot lids. A lot of these are old. This is a shaving cream, Bazine's Unrivaled Premium Shaving Cream. Gold and silver medals awarded by the Institute of New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. Ex-Bazine Perfumer, Philadelphia. And this was from another ex-Bazine, it's called Russel's Ambrosial Shaving Cream. An ex-Bazine successor to E. Russell. And it's got the Chestnut Street address in Philadelphia. I think that one's even got the base on it. Yeah, that one has a nice bottom. 7 highest premiums awarded. Also a prize medal at the World's Fair London, 1851. To ex-Bazine, Philadelphia. And these are hard to find with the actual bottoms. This is kind of a nice, purple one. This is the same thing, only it's bigger, taller size, bigger jar. Well, it's not the same. That was Russel's. This one's Bazine's Ambrosial Shaving Cream. It's got a nice eagle on it. Ex-Bazine, Philadelphia. Yeah, that one's got the bottom too on there. 1851 World's Fair. This one I like because it has my mother's maiden name, Hicks. Mom just passed away this last year. She was 99. Her maiden name was Hicks. So I like to keep that one. Hicks & Company Cherry Toothpaste for cleansing and preserving the teeth and gums. Cardiff. That's over in Wales, the United Kingdom. It's a Welsh toothpaste pot. You don't see that one very much. This is another one. Oh, this is another Russel's. I guess I should have had that up there with them. Unrivaled Premium Shaving Cream. Yep. Oh, yeah, that one does have an embossed bottom too. Yep. Okay. Hard to find. This is another real hard find lid. Bear's Grease. Genuine Bear's Grease for the hair. Jules Howell Perfumer. Chestnut Street address, Philadelphia. It's got the nice bear on it. That one doesn't have an embossed bottom, but yeah, that's a hard to find lid. Thing with Pownell stuff from the 1850s and that one. So, but we'll have more pot lids. That's just a few of them that was there. Just a little teaser. If you like pot lids, we'll have a lot more of those. I've kept the best ones that I've ever dug. So, all right. Well, that's the end of that shelf. Thank you for staying with us. I hope you're not getting bored here yet. So, we got one more shelf to go, and we'll be finished. Okay, as we wind down, this is our last shelf, the bottom one. And we'll look at a few more of the favorite things that we've dug over the years. This is a real scarce round bottom ginger ale bottle from St. Louis. You can see it won't stand upright. It says Huneke Schultz and Company, St. Louis. And it's got kind of a crooked neck, as you can see. I remember Paul pulling that one out too, of a deep, about 16 or 18 foot big brick liner. there in downtown St. Louis. It was nasty cold, but he stuck with me. Anyway, we dug that one out of the wall. It's ponnelled in the bottom, but yeah, another ponnelled soda from St. Louis. C. Abel and Company Soda Water, St. Louis. It's got a nice iron ponnell there and just real crude, drippy lip. Dug quite a few of these over the years, but decided I better keep one, so probably got some more, but I don't know. Sold so many of them. Nice old ponnell medicine. J.G. Royce's Universal Relief, and it's from Wales, Massachusetts. Open ponnell medicine there, a little panel. Real nice condition. Did not dig that one. Got that one in a trade or a bottle show or something. Here's another one. Did not dig this one either. Granite Glass Company. It's embossed on it. It's a real nice Stoddard olive amber double eagle. Got Stoddard, New Hampshire on that side. Real gnarly open ponnell, but it's a real pretty color. Nice olive amber. Granite Glass Company, Stoddard. It's another flask from Louisville. It's got a Louisville ribbed eagle. Got ribs all around the flask. A plain back, but then it does have Louisville Glassworks in the little shield down here at the bottom. A nice old applied top on that one too. Louisville. This is a real pretty bottle. It's got the cannon and the American flag there, and cannonballs. It's from the Civil War period. Nice Union clasped hands flask. Has F.A. and Company in the little oval. That's for Finostock Albury and Company, who leased the Lawrence and Whiteman glass works from 1860 to 62. And that's a really nice, hard to find bottle in amber. Dug a lot of them in aqua, but that's a hard one to find in amber. Nice old bottle. One of my favorite flasks with that cannon. Reminds me of early in the Civil War. You know, they're trying to generate support for the war effort, and they made that flask. That was pretty cool. One of the rare bitters we dug in Springfield, Illinois. It's Woods Tonic Wine Bitters, Cincinnati, Ohio. And it's probably 1860s or 1870s. Got an applied lip on it, but it's only one of them I remember digging. Woods Tonic Wine Bitters from Cincinnati. Got a lot of bitters and bottles from Cincinnati. Okay, this is just a little tile we dug, probably out 1890s trash pit. Just liked it. It's got a picture of a little girl there, but they had a lot of these old tiles come off of the fireplaces or stoves. Some of the old iron stoves had tiles on them like that. This is a real early child's plate, probably 1830. And it says infancy, youth, manhood, and old age. And it's got a picture of, you know, various stages of development. You see a little baby in there, and little kids as they're growing up, a young man, and here's an older man there. It looks like it's got monkeys around the border, or animals and dogs, things, and raised, you know, embossed, and then they're also painted. It's got a little mark on there, but that's an early one, probably 1820s or 30s. A lot of those little child's plates. I'm going to set that over there so it don't fall. They're real pretty Carter's, just real bold embossed Carter's ink around the shoulder. Real gnarly pour spout lip. Just a real pretty green color on that Carter's ink. That was a master ink from 1870s. They would have used that to pour ink into the smaller ink wells, you know, the kids' ink wells in school. That was what they call a master ink. This is a real scarce ribbed pattern mold blown open ponnell ink well. As you can see, it's got almost like a funnel ink. It's got the top kind of goes in a little bit there, but that's a nice early one from 1840s. Probably New England glass house. It's one we dug in East St. Louis. E. Schroeder, East St. Louis. And we used to dig these more, but it's gotten so dangerous down there now you can't hardly dig there, and it's not easy to hit 1870s. That's an 1870s ale bottle there. Come in some real pretty colors. This is one of my favorite bottles of all time. Just a great bottle. Edison dug it in Rockford. We actually dug 4 of them in one hole. so I kept one of them. William Radham's Microbe Killer cures all diseases. I like that. Got a man clubbing a skeleton there with 1887 patent date. Germ bacteria or fungus destroyer. Oh, that's a great old bottle. And actually, when the Pure Food and Drug Act passed in 1906 or 1905, they came after that company and they busted up a lot of their bottles and jugs, and they analyzed it and found that it was like 99% water, 1% muriatic acid, I think it was. Just enough to give a little tingle. And this was an early one that Paul and we dug down in St. Louis out of an 1840s privy with real early sodas and stuff. And it says G. Robinson on it. And I have no idea where it's from. I don't know if it's a St. Louis bottle. It's similar to the little small, bottle sarsaparilla and small beer bottles we dug in St. Louis. S.D. Smith and Smith and Fotheringham, some of them. But it says G. Robinson. So if anybody knows anything about that one, it'd be appreciated. And a couple bitters bottles. This is St. Louis Bitters, Dr. Bull's Superior Stomach Bitters. And then on the other side it says W.H. Bull and Company, St. Louis. So that's a nice old one from 1870s, plied lip. And another rare St. Louis one. Don't look like much. It just says Prickly Ash Bitters, but bottled normally as amber, but in clear like this, it's extremely rare. And it's got the ON glass mark on the bottom. Stands for Obeer Nestor Glass Company out of East St. Louis. So that's probably a real late bottle, late 1890s, maybe even early 1900. But it is hand blown. But yeah, they're hard to find in clear. And this is a nice old one. We dug this one up near Chicago, a little small town there. Red Jacket Bitters on one side, and it's got Chicago, Illinois peened out. You can see it plainly on another panel. And then it's got Bennett Peters and Company on another panel. And then it had probably a street address or something on that panel. I'm not sure, but something was peened out on that one. But on the bottom it's got A and Company number 1 or number 4. Yes, I can't see what that is. But that's a nice old Red Jacket Bitters. And again, there's several different ones of those in Red Jackets, Monheimer and Company, and so on and so forth. And a couple of old ones. One of the only onions I ever dug. It's kind of beat up, but anyway, dug that in New Orleans. About the only whole bottle that come out of there was a black glass hole. And other than the lip's a little rough on it, but I don't believe it's got any cracks or chips or anything. But it's a nice old Pownell bottle from the 1700s. Yep. And this one's even older. This is one of them Roman bottles. I did not dig this one. Come over from Europe, but it's a cute little bottle. Just left it in the little foam thing there. Little free blown things, Pownell. So alright, well that's it. Hope you enjoyed that little china cabinet there. And we'll see if, if there's enough interest. We may show some more. I don't want to come across just like we're trying to show off everything, but at my age I never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And so I just thought we'd share some of our favorite finds with you, and we'll have another episode of this coming up. May show another china cabinet. So we just stuff scattered, as you can tell. We don't really have anything organized too much. Just sodas and flasks and medicines, inks here and there. But whatever suits our fancy, we stick them in there. But we appreciate all of you watching, and we hope everybody's having a great week. And we'll have some more digging coming up here real soon. So stay tuned. We love you, and we'll see you in the next video.